Welcome back, ladies and gents, to another episode of the Forever Broken Podcast 2.0. I am Derek Thompson. With me, as usual, is Mr.
Gabriel Brew.
And we're here to rock your socks off and have a little bit of fun. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the, dangers of, if you will, of social media and the effects it has on mental health.
Yes, we are. To get that started off, there are three main the takeaway trio, if you will. And the big three right here are you using social media to connect and create or to compare and consume? Takeaway number two is that researchers have found that social media time is not very informative when studying the relationship with well-being, although it is still the most used measure. And that's from a study in 2024. And the third takeaway would be curate your social media feeds regularly. Keep what inspires you and let go of what drains you. Where you at with that, big dog?
So a lot of it, to me anyway, seems like, what you put into it's what you're going to get out of it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a matter of just trying to really focus in, dial in what you're putting into it. Make sure that you're not just spending time, aimlessly doom scrolling like I end up doing, where I lose 6 hours of my day just staring at random reads of some dude that sits there talking to me like, hope you have a super freaking awesome day. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
A lot of it is with what you're curating into your feed to make it to where that's what your algorithm is continuously showing you, right?
Right. Yeah, our algorithm controls our lives, if you will.
Exactly. And part of that is that I think the medical community, researchers, and pretty much anybody that has social media, excuse me, is learning that
it's learning a lot of other things about us that, basically the free world of space about this whole thing has turned into an advert, I think is what we're getting at here a little bit. Everyone can dive and delve into, well, now I can sell ads here. I can get more money into the big pharma and all that bullshit, where as opposed to we're just going to have a dog catastrophe, but it does happen. So everyone's peddling their shit now, which is crazy to me anyway. I mean, you got to make money somehow. That's what, performs well on these social medias. But, I mean, what do you do, right? So.
Well, a lot of it is that they're capitalizing on making the money and everything, and I'm glad you said that. Do you know what the top hit is when you Google social media and mental health?
You tell me.
Rexulti.
And that, I believe, is an antidepressant.
It is. So it is a antidepressant used to treat a major depressive disorder, and it is through prescription only. So it's not something you can just go pick up. You have to.
Hell yeah, we're starting off with a winner.
And then to compound on that, you go down to the number 2 on your Google search, and it comes up with BetterHelp Online Therapy, which is exactly what it says. It's an online therapy form.
Yeah, BetterHelp's absolutely a great site, actually. If you're looking for help, you need it, you need some affordable care, I would highly recommend going through them. We are not sponsored by them, but
we would like to be.
Yeah, maybe one day. Hey, hit us up, BetterHelp. We're out here doing God's work with you. So I appreciate you guys. They did great work for me, and as a personal user, I would highly recommend using them.
Absolutely. The third hit was standtogether.org, which is a nonprofit organization developing strategies that complement clinical care.
There's a lot of standing involved, it seems.
Um, yeah, that's seems to be a theme. However, it's not for me.
I'm gonna
I'll
sit
sit
down.
down.
Thank you.
And then as you go down the scroll feed to find what you're specifically looking for, there's a lot of links that go to online journals and forums from doctors and studies that are done by universities about this specific topic, which would be mental health and social media use.
Which I think there in itself says a lot about the topic, that it needs to be addressed, and they're just not really sure,
How to?
yeah, how to do this. Because, I mean, literally, like everything that we started with is, oh shit, now I'm dealing with depression. How has social media caused this kind of thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. With that, there seems to be a connection or a link when it comes to both your mental health and social media in a positive and a negative outcome of it, right?
Right.
You can see by the type of content that you're curating onto your feed, kind of the state of that individual's mental health. Like if they're posting or reposting or sharing or doing whatever platform is their go-to, and most of the stuff that they're sharing is a negative thing, they're probably going through something, and you can clearly pick up on that. But the same could be said on the other end if they're posting a lot of positive stuff or encouraging a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's the double-edged sword of being on social media. You get good and bad.
Yeah, I mean, there's good and bad in everything we do. So, I mean, I think the biggest thing we can do is try to be a little bit more on that good side, though.
Right. Another one that I've noticed, and it's kind of one of those things that has gone away. The older platforms still have it, but all the new ones that are coming out don't really ask you for your like relationship status. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But the ones that do, like, should be a simple answer, right? In a relationship or single,
right. I mean, it shouldn't be
right?
convoluted.
Right. But there's other options on there where it's, separated. It's complicated.
You could say we're complicated.
It's there's a lot of negativity when it comes to that, like, because certain people will see that and they'll see what is called like a an opportunity to talk to somebody that's going through something and use that to their advantage, right? So that's not the most healthy thing to be sharing online. I think online profiles should be treated like your banking information. Don't share anything that you're not willing to share.
Right.
That's gonna cost you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot of like, I'm trying to draw attention to myself.
Right. Which is another key factor when it comes to social media. Like, are you connecting and creating, or are you comparing and consuming? Like we had already said, like, are you putting everything out there to compare yourself to everybody else that you're watching, or are you putting stuff out there because you're connecting with people that you genuinely are connecting with, and you're just not close enough to do it in person, right?
Yeah, I'm not sitting here trying to compare myself to their highlight reel. Nobody's going to share the bad shit that goes on in their day-to-day or the normal shit that goes on in their day-to-day. It's always about getting, oh my God, I just went skydiving in the Himalayas.
Right. You're not going to get people posting their eviction notices on their front door. You know what I mean? Like,
unless they're trying to get out of it, and then there's like, oh my God, I did nothing wrong. I paid my bill on the 4th, and they're evicting me. Yeah.
Yeah, the point blame.
Yeah.
Or deflecting the blame onto somebody else.
Yeah, there's some of that for sure out there. Everybody's got an excuse.
There's always an excuse. Let's talk about quality over quantity, right? Would you want 1 million followers that didn't really interact or didn't bring anything to your social media presence, or would you rather have 100 quality subscribers?
It depends on how long they watch the video. If they're watching the video, the minutes, man, I'll take the 1 million. Just saying, you know. You got to make money in this world. Sometimes that's it, man. They got to watch the minutes.
Holy fuck. All right, that's fair.
But typically, what I know you're asking here, typically, yeah, I want the quantity conversations and viewers. But if you're watching,
yeah,
you're getting the minutes watched. Thank you.
yeah, yeah, I get that.
You're the real heroes.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna compound on that. Like, I'm with you, dog. I'll take the money over the quality.
Yeah. Quality of life comes in them G's, dog.
Quality of life is the color of green, baby.
Hell yeah.
Do you think that the human need for like acceptance and having like a sense of attention drawn to you plays a big factor in people's online personas?
I think so, and I also think it's a weird thing to think about because I think the people that were like needy used to be like aristocrats and like, you know, play
Like
artists.
society?
Yeah, and within society, and they used to like have to just be know-it-alls and whatnot. Now we've kind of opened the doors with social media for everyone to try to look for that validation in life. So you got people on the internet just doing dumb shit, you know, like
Yeah.
I don't really particularly hold any valued skills, but I am willing to let Anthony Joshua punch me in the face for $40 million. So, yes.
Well, you can bounce that back to your I'd rather have the quantity over the quality. It wasn't a quality video to put out for people to watch, but the amount of watches that it
It's
got,
clickbait.
he got paid.
He did get paid. He was part of Operation Constant Pegging.
So who really did it right in that situation? You know what I mean?
You can't complain, dog. You can't complain. It just impressed me that, you know, I just don't know how badly I want my jaw broke. But for 40 mil, yeah, I'm probably getting my jaw broke. Should cover all the medical bills.
It seems like it would be a pretty good
Good payday.
diet.
Yeah, what's eating through a straw
Enhancer.
for a few weeks? You know what I mean?
I mean,
How'd you lose 40 pounds? I let Anthony Joshua deck me in the mouth.
yeah. And then, you know, while my jaw's wired shut healing, you know, if you chew up the crackers and shoot them into my mouth through a straw, I'll eat them.
Exactly.
It's teamwork.
It's just like a little mama bird, you know.
Uh-huh.
You chew it up for me.
True.
Which is basically what social media is. It's just, you know, your food getting pre-chewed for you and spit in your mouth.
Well, there's a visual for you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Pre-digested media.
And it is. It's already started for you. You just have to finish it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, half the time they've taken all the thought out of it. They're going to tell you how to think.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like you get on these platforms, and it's like everything is so repetitive, and just a different person regurgitating the same trend over and over and over and over.
Yeah,
again.
that's what I'm saying, man.
It's terrible.
It's like, did you know how to feel today? I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Great, thanks.
And it
I don't
is.
know how I
And
feel at
like the
all.
ones that I hate the most are the dancing ones where they just do the same dance trend over and over, but they do it in different places or with a different other creator that they do it
Yeah,
with.
or with different boobs. Yeah,
Yeah, I get so fucking annoyed at those. I can't stand them.
I can't either, but what do you do?
So the autonomy of social media, do you think that having a sense of control over your experience would matter when it comes to your mental health?
I think it's the biggest, most important thing is being able to have the ability to control and choose what you interact with.
But at some point, you do realize like these platforms do plant things in there
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they're
that they
planning.
want, you know?
Yeah, they're going to plan it based off the algorithm, what seems to be feeding best and what's going to make them the most profitable amounts of money and what have you.
Yeah, like all the trending stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's like
So,
Google trend. What's most Googled today?
so in essence, the autonomy of it is you like the sense of having control over your feed, but
Yeah, it's like the matrix we live in.
you do not have full control over what you're seeing.
Yep, just like the Matrix, man. I think I know what I'm doing, but somebody's in control.
So when it comes to um, how it relates, and like as human beings, we're wired to have relationships. They don't have to be romantic relationships, but like you want friends, family, um, lovers, and stuff like that. Like humans aren't wired to do everything alone. But when it comes to social media and you're putting a persona on that isn't truly authentic to who you are in real life, like would you consider a social media relationship with somebody like a true connection and something that would increase your happiness, or do you find that to be like a momentary gratification?
I think there can be some real happiness there. I mean, we've met enough people over the last couple of years through doing the stuff like this, but I guess it's a little bit different because we get in there, we go on their shows, we get to talk to them, we get off the show, we just talk and bullshit and hang out and have a good time. And we're still actually building a relationship. And it's more like a phone call than it is, you know, anything else. But there isn't really any hiding who we are or what we're doing. It's just real talk and having a good time with each
Yeah.
other. So I think there's some benefits to it. But I think in the other end of this, where you look at it, it's, yeah, it's a 15-second reel, short, whatever you want to call it. And you're like, oh my God, that looks so fun.
So there's like with every aspect when it comes to pretty much any type of situation you're put in, and it's like a double-edged sword. And there's the good side and the bad side,
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. Just depends on how you use it.
right? And then when it gets to a point where it does start to drain and take over mental health, like some of some of the terms that come to mind would be like mindless death scrolling, comparison spirals. Um, where are you at with that?
Well, how about, I mean, the mindless death scrolling? I mean, it's a big one that we end up down. And I think that's just mostly boredom. I mean, for lack of better terms. I mean, you sit there, you click on one. I think by the end of it, the biggest problem is I think we all look up after about an hour and we go, oh my God, has it really been that long?
Mm-hmm.
And you wonder where the time went, which lead into one of our other topics, regrets. But,
Regrets.
but yeah, there's that. And then there's the spiraling. I mean, because you're sitting there, you're just looking at all these things, these various things. I mean, I don't know what the hell. Like, I was spiraling earlier, to be completely fair with you. Not from watching social media, but just thinking about old times and listening to a lot of like military stuff today, and because I can't really see very well, but so I was doing a lot of listening to things, and then that led me down this. Oh man, I should just be back in the military. I should never got out. Should have done this. Should have done that. It led me down just a huge road of all the mistakes I felt like I'd made. I wanted to do this and do that, but I was spiraling super hard.
Right. Right.
And it didn't take much to do that. So I think that's something that can happen with it too. Is like the algorithm picks up on you and that you're, military. You like, dude, military video, military video, military video, military video, and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh man,
get you all in the in your feels, and it keeps you scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and then you get to the ads, and that's how they make their money, right?
And that's where the Marine Corps sword commercial entered, and I was like, I gotta go.
So, on your mindless death scrolling, and you saying you got to see the next thing, you got to see the next thing. I like to call that FOMO. We usually end up doing these mindless scrolling episodes for hours at a time because we're afraid of missing out on the next trending video, or not seeing it, or not being a part of it. And then even later on, when we get with a group of people in real life, not knowing what they're talking about, you know what I mean? Because you missed it. But I call that FOMO, which is fear of missing out. And a comparison spiral is exactly what it basically says. You're comparing yourself to all these people that are putting this shit online, and it just spirals out of control. Like you start to have self-esteem issues. You have you get into even regret. Like you regret making some decisions because now you don't have the opportunities to be doing the things that these people are doing. And we tend to forget that a lot of, like we've said earlier, a lot of this is a highlight reel. This isn't their life every day. These are the highlights of what they've done in life so far, right?
Right.
And that's a big part of social media to remember is this isn't how they live their life. This is their highlight reel. And if you continue to let that shit chip at you and ruin your self-esteem and get you into these comparison spirals, it will ultimately undermine your mental health and the state of mental health that you need to be in.
Yeah, it's going to take you out if you're focused on what everyone else is doing instead of what you're doing and living in the moment and being present for the moment. Then it's going to wipe you out. It's going to take you out. I mean, I'm a FOMO, you're a FOMO. Everyone's a bunch of homos.
You put the wrong consonant for a syllable, brother.
We're all FOMOs.
So, what are some ideas that you would have to use social media for the better and to have it be less strenuous on your mental health?
Well, I think the biggest thing I can say is share creative and positive, uplifting, if you can, because if you can do nothing else, be uplifting. And then from there, if you can be educational, even better. Take a new fact that you learned, throw that in there, something along those lines, that can be beneficial to somebody's day, even if it's going to only make them better at trivia night at the bar on Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Facts. So you would advocate curating for the good?
For sure.
So engaging with positive, meaningful content to be linked with a stronger mental well-being?
Yeah.
And just really lean into that?
Yeah, and then focus on that. And then, because you can kind of use that as a daily affirmation board where you can get up and be like, gosh darn it, I'm going to be a good person today. And then really strive to just go with that mentality all day. I mean, if you start your day off good, then it should carry out throughout the day, would be the ideal.
So you want to set intentional boundaries and choose how you engage with other people on social media?
Yeah. I mean, I don't need any negativity in my life. Politicians do that enough for me.
Yeah. Just curate positivity and support habits that contribute to the better mental health. Right?
Yeah.
I can get that. And we've talked about sharing positivity, which is basically instead of the negative side of it, you'd want to share uplifting, inspiring, and hopeful content
You know
with gratitude. And overall, when you see things like that, it strengthens well-being, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can get that.
I think that's the best thing we can do instead of encouraging a world full of negativity like it seems to be so much of. I mean, it's got its place where, they're sharing videos of like Ukraine and all that stuff that's happening in the world, and Somalia, wherever, it is, where you're getting to see that they need help,
Right.
culture shock kind of thing. But for the most part, it's like everything else that's silly and stupid, let's make it positive, at least.
Right.
Instead of just being some jackass throwing a kid through a table. What
Yeah.
can you add to that? Like,
So-
add physics lessons to it.
I got like a legitimate question. And I know where I stand on this, but I want to know how you feel about it, right? What's your take on celebrities using their celebrity status to get on these social media platforms to try and preach a political belief or a controversial issue? Like, where do you stand with that?
They should shut the fuck up. I mean, plain point. It's
So-
just shut the fuck up.
And like I get that, but my question to you is that you have your opinion of it. You get
They don't get
you
an
get to
opinion.
have your conversations about it. So like, just because they're a celebrity, they have to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they don't get opinions because they don't know what real life's like.
But let's get into this. Don't they have the same right to speak their mind as you and me?
Yeah, technically they have the First Amendment and they can do it, but I wish they would just shut the fuck up.
So what if
I'm
I
a
pose?
bully on this one.
What if I pose this to you? Let's not tell them to shut the fuck up. Let's tell them to not use their celebrity status to promote a certain side of a topic.
Yeah, which I think is a big deal. It's because you have millions of viewers, and it's just at that point it becomes pandering. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just don't. I don't stand for that. But I also have a very strict all politicians are cunts outlook on life.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I just don't think anybody should promote politics at all. Like, if you're, and that's the thing. If you're,
But not even,
if you're
it's not
gonna
even
do
about
it,
the politics of it, though. It's literally like any issue
Using
that is going on in the
status.
world right now.
they shouldn't use status for it. I mean,
Exactly.
I think there's a time and a place for it, and using your status isn't that place. Like, if you can do it low key and nonchalantly, like, go support your things by all means, but don't be like, oh, I have 12 billion followers because I've put out good music or I've put out good movies to try to, because you're going to end up losing like half your following. I mean, you're inevitably going to be splitting something in half because half the country is 50-50 on all that. It's just not worth to me
Right.
opening your mouth about stuff like that. I think it's a stupid thing. I'm never going to preach to you guys about politics. I tried to do my best not to care about politics. The only thing I would tell you is you don't hate politicians enough.
Right. So I guess my stance on that is that I don't care that you're a celebrity and you have your opinion, but don't pander it on social media. If you want to be about it, go be about it. And then when your name comes down on like an activist that was a part of that, that's showing people that you stand for something, right?
Yeah, cool. Then your community can be behind you because you're one of those people that needed everyone's validity to talk about something that doesn't mean shit to anybody.
Yeah, and the other thing is like some of the issues that they want to like these bandwagon trend like for social warriorism, like some of the shit they're hopping on. I'm just like, what's the point?
There isn't any.
Why would you're literally jumping on this because it's like a trending topic and you need to get your name attached to it somehow, and you're just gonna say some random shit, and then when you get called on it, you're gonna have some excuse from some publicist that's gonna fucking fix your situation, right?
Right. Because, like I said, you're inevitably going to piss off half the country.
No.
You know what I mean?
In,
Like, it's not a win-win thing. Like, I think the best celebrities and like artists are the ones that just don't say anything about it. And there's like, dude, just come together as a country. Let's do this.
Right.
And I'm not here to fight you about politics or tell you how to believe.
yeah, like I've watched videos of so many of them are like, who the fuck wants to hear my opinion on this, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just this person, and I did this dumb thing, and I'm famous for it. Like, why should they care what the fuck I think about this?
Yeah.
When in fact, you're asking me about something that like has nothing to do with me and the majority of the people in this country. However, the issues that are going on in this country that people should be getting involved with are getting ignored exponentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm in a 1 in a million spot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm probably not the guy to ask.
Right. And even so, like, who the fuck decided that celebrity status makes you the end all be all know it all of a fucking of a specific topic?
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
Like if it doesn't have to do with like picking a script or finding a producer to put out a specific sound for your band, like
Yeah, I'm not a good actor.
your opinion probably isn't going to make much difference in my life.
I'm not a good actor. I'm not going to come preach to you about acting. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
going to be like, yeah, you're the expertise in this, and you know, I'm not really an expert in a lot of things, but you know, if I know something, I can help you through that. I'll teach you then. But yeah, I'm never going to claim to be an expert in like politics or acting or you know anything like that. So it's like focus on where you're good at things. And I mean, even with content creation, I mean, it's like do what you're good at, not something
Not
you're
what's trending.
not what's trending. You don't have to follow the trend every time. You can create a trend, create the trends.
Yeah. Well, so I think that's why like we fall into this category is that like this isn't a topic that people like to take on because it's a difficult topic and you have to be sensitive with it.
And that's not us.
And we kind of just looked that in the face and was like, and hear me out, no.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to take it on and we're going to turn it into a joke and a big fiasco. And we don't care about what your rules are. If you need to hear it, we're going to say it.
Gallows humor.
And if it offends you, it's probably going to come out of our mouth. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just don't be so soft about it, you know?
Well,
Take it. Understand that we are joking when we make some of these jokes and you move on
Sometimes.
from it, you know?
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Other times we're being serious, but you got to hear it.
You're gonna have to decipher when we're for real and when we're laughing or joking.
We always be laughing.
Ooh. Yeah. So I wanted your take on that, like, because that seems to be a trending thing on social media right now is that these celebrities are being like very outspoken about the current climate in like American politics.
Sure. For sure. Yeah. I couldn't be bothered.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I haven't given a fuck about the political climate in so fucking long. Like, people be like, "How do you feel about this situation?" I'm like, I didn't even know it was a situation until you asked me the question.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing until about 10 seconds ago, my friend.
Yeah. I'm like, so it's still new to me, and I'd have to see something about it before I gave any
Any input?
input. But But like right now, I don't give a fuck because I don't know about it. So there's that, you know.
Yeah, there is that.
How about you? Where are you at with this social media and mental health?
I think it has its ups and downs, like I said earlier. You know, I
Did
enjoy
you
it.
just say like an elevator?
No, but that is your preference. It's more like an escalator. I get on, I'm stuck on it for a minute, and then I come back down.
Yeah.
You know, I have my fun with it. Um, and we're creators again now, so that's fun. But no, I have a lot of fun with it, getting to do the things that we do, and beyond that, just the videos I watch. But I try to watch a lot of like just stuff that's going to increase in my day, make my day a little bit better, positive affirmations and whatnot, and I try to focus on that kind of material, and then with that, it kind of leads me to go do, you know, silly things. Like I think one of the things I do at work that I post on TikTok is like day 468 of being aggressively kind to Brian. Where I go into my IT guy's office every morning and I'm just like aggressively nice to him, and we talk about that. So it's one of those things. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, man. I get that. And I'm with you. Like I like to think that like we do a good job of like being genuine and like not falling into the trap of like what the trend is, but more or less we do what works for us, right?
Absolutely.
And so yeah, I think we do a good job of that. Sorry, I was juggling all kinds of shit right there.
He's a juggler.
um, no, but I think we do a good job of being genuine to who we are and putting out like content and episodes that are more suited for like our style of like how we just talk to each other, right?
Yeah, the fact is, what you get here is it's who we are at home. I mean, we're not changing anything.
What you hear on this podcast is basically you would hear in a phone call between me and you.
Yeah, it's going to be the same. We're not changing things up to propagate and meet standards or whatever the hell it is. You know, we're just hanging out, being buddies, and doing that thing.
Yeah, and I think that's how we've used this to curate our social presence in media to be like authentic and not something that we're trying to hop on a bandwagon, you know?
Yeah, you're just hanging out with the boys. You know what I mean?
With the boys.
The boys.
Yeah, buddy. Well, if you had a take-home message from all of this, give it to me.
Be kind in your creativeness. Put good things into the world. And then remember that you're in control of what you're putting into your body. It's no different than your medications and going to a doctor. If a doctor says you have to have it, doesn't mean you necessarily have to have it. They can poison you just as much as anything. And just like medicine, if it goes into my body, I can't get rid of it for a while. So if I'm putting bad things into my brain, I'm watching bad videos, I can't necessarily get that out. It's going to lead me down a dark path and dark road, and that's not what I want to be on. So find the good things, find the things that are going to make your well-being better, and go with that as opposed to the opposite end of that spectrum.
I like that, dog. I like that a lot. Can I add to it?
Absolutely.
Did you hear that?
Mic feedback.
Holy shit. I am sorry and I apologize.
Too close with the headphones.
Oh, man. It's that all that metal I have in my mouth.
We'll leave it at that. Yep.
Well, we get my shit together.
And scene.
So it's less about the platform and more about how we choose to use it. Avoiding social media altogether may reduce things like stress, depression, and anxiety, but it also limits our opportunities for meaningful connections. We don't have to completely avoid social media to protect our mental health. With mindful choices, social media can become a tool to strengthen mental health. We can engage differently and intentionally focused on connections instead of comparisons, autonomy rather than addiction, and shared experiences over status.
Absolutely. Nailed it.
And if that felt like it wasn't genuine, it was. It was just written down instead of
Yeah.
instead of freestyle.
Putting those kind of words together is difficult.
Yeah, I had to think about it and write it down.
Yeah, so suck it. You didn't like it.
Yeah. Google me, bitch.
Yeah, Google.
Don't really, because I'm on Google and it's not good.
Yeah, it never is. That being said, I think that wraps up another week's episode of Forever Broken Podcast as we talked about the, benefits and non-benefits of social media and your mental health. You can find us at Forever Broken 2.0. We are where the podcasts are if you want to listen to us there. And you can find us on our YouTube channel where you can watch this video and see the faces and see the, mayhem that's going on behind the scenes. If you want to check us out there, like, subscribe, do that, please. And as always, have a great day. I'm Derek Thompson, and this has been
Forever broken or never broken? What are we going with?
Forever Broken. It's Forever Broken.
Okay.
2.0.
Yeah. Quick question before you kill this.
Yeah.
On your outro, that was pretty sick. But I have a question for you. If a man dies with no wounds on his body, but a war inside of his head, did he really die by his own hand? Or was he murdered by everything he could not say?
Oh, that's good. And that's a good one for everyone to ponder on as they sit here and think about how great this show was and they like and subscribe to everything that we've been putting out. So, that being said, I've been Derek.
He's still Derek and I'm still Gabe and we're getting the fuck out of here. Love you guys.
Love you. Have a super freaking awesome day. Okay. Bye.
I had to switch these around. These motherfuckers are killing my ears.
You gotta wait for this.